Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the cards of the day. In the Matrix there for a moment. I think I have it fixed now. Anyway, welcome to the cards of the day. I hope you're all having a great day so far. The cards of the day are a group reading where I will be doing different sections that will focus on love, money, well-being, spirit message, and emotional health. And then energy of the day, and then blessings and all that stuff, which I'll explain each part as I move in from one area to the other. I try to do this every morning, at least Monday through Thursday when I can jump in from work. All right. But we will get started here. This is where I get my video content and stuff, by the way. I find that people get the best results if they push a question forward as I move from one section to another. So if you have questions about money, when I get to money, think of money. Think of your question for it, and hopefully the answer will be relayed in the cards. And I will probably do a live after I post my videos this morning, so I'll have to re-record all of this. But I'll probably go live and answer actual questions later on, like individual questions and stuff. But for right now, this is just to get the cards of the day, the broad reading for everybody out of the way. Alright. So, the first cards are for love as always. So any love questions that you have, now is the time to push those thoughts forward. And love can be anything from romance to sexual to friendship to family. So it could be anywhere on the love spectrum. It doesn't have to be romance. The Page of Cups. A lot of your questions are going to be answered by social media. You're looking for information to answer a lot of questions that are very personal. And there's a lot of information that you don't have. And it's out there with your friends. Basically, other people know the information that you need to know. So go look for it. Be observant. Just pay attention to what everybody's saying about certain people. It'll give you a bigger understanding of the whole picture. And the crossing card is the Eight of Pentacles. This is showing me that you're working on perfecting something. Typically what that usually means is you're working on perfecting either a relationship or a relationship with someone specific. So what I'm kind of feeling here is that you're trying to get to know someone to see if this relationship is worth working on, to see if there is something long term. Those questions can only be answered by either that person or people that know that person. But that will give you the information you need to want to continue to work on the relationship. It seems like it's worth it from this. Okay, the next cards are for money. The second most popular section of the cards of the day every time. Love and money are the two most popular ones. Alright. Money, money, money. Okay, Queen of Coins. Queen of Coins basically says there was a pain in the past. Something was very, very financially draining and kind of detrimental to you in a big way. This could have been a loss of a job, the loss of an income, a demotion in hours. There's a lot of things that can cause financial problems. But this past is basically the spirits have noticed that they want to help fix it as best as they can. With financial issues and things where there's been major financial calamity, could be difficult to fix all of it, but the spirits are going to try to help to get it as close as they can to what it was before. And the crossing card is, and for those that do not know, I always read two cards as one card. It narrows down what they actually mean. We have the Strength card. The Strength card is crossing the Queen of Coins. The financial struggle that you're going through, you are strong enough to survive. Whatever the issue is, you have what you need to get through it. It might be by the skin of your teeth, and it might require like some brute strength, some force, some really long weeks with overtime to try to get things together. But the opportunity is there, and you have the strength to make whatever happened in the past, whatever financial disaster it was, you can make it close to right again. You can set things back on course to where they need to be so that you can continue moving forward financially in a healthy way. Okay, so now we're moving into the well-being cards. The well-being cards focus on healing and emotional health. Things that you need to either release, let go of, or search for is typically what comes up with this section. Here we go. This is High Priestess. Trust your instincts, trust yourself, trust your gut. Follow your higher knowledge. And if you really do have a question that is burning in your mind that you cannot get it out, asking, praying for an answer, and waiting for a response is a legitimate way to get the answer you're looking for. Your higher knowledge is up here. It's just a matter of tapping into it and listening to it. And the crossing card is lots of energy. The Fool. Pulling some major arcana cards right now. The Fool is a fresh start and a new beginning. You can make your world and your life whatever it is you want it to be. Just proceed with caution. Have the optimism of beginning anew, but bring the wisdom of the previous failures with you so you do not repeat the mistakes of the past. But as you move forward, trust your instincts. Follow your intuition. Listen to that higher knowledge. It will guide you on the best way to set your new beginning on its best possible course. Okay. Now those are some well-being cards. Those were actually really good. Alright. The next cards are the Spirit Message. This is where omens, signs, archangels, spirit guides communicate. Alright. What is the Spirit Message today? Alright, Seven of Swords. This is sort of a blunt one, not gonna lie. It's self-sabotaging criminals. Basically, either you or someone is doing something that they specifically know they're going to get busted at and they're going to get hurt from. They're literally hurting themselves knowing that it's going to hurt them in the long run. So it's kind of, depending on the circumstances, it could have been an accidental sabotage or it could have been a deliberate one, but it was started and completely caused by the person that is sabotaging themselves. Like, they weren't forced into doing it. There was no trickery. They knew exactly what was going on. Alright, and the next message, or part of message, I'm having a hard time pulling that one. Because it wasn't over there. Alright, it was over here. King of Coins. The King of Coins is basically telling me that this is going to be a male energy that is incredibly money orientated. And as soon as I pulled that, it kind of popped in my mind. There's a lot of political figures and public figures that are going down right now criminally because of their finances. They're all kings of coins. They're all basically kings of money, kings of finance. So you're going to be talking about high-profile people that have a ton of money that are about to basically go down in flames completely on their own. They've done it to themselves. They knew what they were doing. It was blatant, and they kind of have it coming. So this is one of the spirit messages where it's like, don't waste your time feeling bad. If they did it knowingly, they did it to themselves. There's no one else to blame but them. And whether you know some of these people that it's going to happen to personally or not, because you may, it may be more than just something you see on the news. Remember, be sympathetic, be helpful, but also be aware that they did it to themselves. Don't waste too much mental anguish and energy to pick them back up. Maybe they need the scraped knee and the bruised hand to remember what the fall feels like so they don't do it again. And we have the headline cards. Headline cards are crossroad events. These are major events that basically shape our day-to-day life. They're our journey, our path. And everyone will be affected by the ripples from the headlines. And it's funny because one of the headline cards is about the path of life that you have chosen. This is something that I am seeing a lot more. People are focusing on wanting to do things and set their lives on the appropriate path to get where they want to be. And where they want to be is happy. It's not the same goals as just raw money or necessity anymore. We are actually looking at our emotional health and our spiritual health as part of the whole body, whole life experience, and that's amazing. And people are setting themselves on deliberate paths, good or bad. People are making deliberate choices. There's no more blissful ignorance anymore or being unaware of what you're doing. It seems like a lot of people are awake. They're aware. They're just afraid to face what they actually need to do in order to do it right. They're all about taking shortcuts. There it is. And the second card is planning. So, I see a few things that this could possibly represent with the headlines. It could represent Congress, the House, and the Senate making plans to try to put ourselves on our best path. It could be you making plans, doing research, and talking to your spouse or your family about what you think we should do as a family. What do you think I should do with my career? Putting yourself on your path. Talking to a career developer or someone at work about moving into management. These are all things that you could plan to put your life on the best path. That's what the headline card energy is for today. Okay. Get this stuff out of the way, and I will get to the energy cards of the day. Sorry, my dice are everywhere over there as I shake the whole table. Alright, the energy cards of the day basically come from my Oracle deck, which I'm actually working on the artwork for it. It'll probably wind up being something similar to this, but not like a white background with pictures and stuff. And the keywords, what they mean, imagery that represents that force. But basically the Oracle deck is runes, astrology, zodiacs, and planets, archangels, chakras, elements. I have a little bit of everything in here. Angel numbers, and specifically what they mean. At least all the way up to 999. It's all the triples. 111, 222, 999. But anyway, basically the energy of the day is essentially what's going to be the best possible outcome for you with the energy that's available based on how everybody's going to be bouncing off of one another with everything else happening today. With your zodiacs, your horoscopes, everyone seems to always have a different zodiacal horoscope, right? This is going to give you the general idea of what the easiest thing to complete, or the thing that the world is going to be focused on the most as they all bounce off of each other. So it's sort of like blending all the zodiacs and stuff into one, but with tarot. And the first one is Charon. He is the god of healing. So, part of today's energy is healing, and that's emotional and physical healing. And air. The element of air is warm and moist. It is gases, atmospheres, winds, the weather, communications, conflict, violence, pain, and suffering. I don't know why I even bothered to write that part down, because it just makes the element of air seem so volatile. It is volatile, but here's the thing. Everyone always ever remembers all of the bad weather, the worst weather, but they never remember the sunniest, most beautiful day with a gentle breeze. We always have a nasty habit of remembering some bad stuff when it comes to Mother Nature like that. So I prefer to think of it more as clear, open skies, communication, ideas, dreams, the vastness that is the atmosphere. And if there is energy in the atmosphere for healing, because of course the atmosphere reacts with what it's mixed with, the energy of the healing energy is out there in the world today. It's going to be flowing today in the air. So be ready. And we have the crown chakra, the connection to the divine. The crown chakra is the area just above the head, right around where the soft spot is at the top of the skull. It's essentially the opening from your brain into the world above. Now, the crown chakra, connection to the divine, atmosphere, healing. There's a healing atmosphere because of our connection to the divine. We are spreading healing energy everywhere we go today. And we're doing it on our own because it's basically like pennies from heaven, only healing. It's basically a lot of very powerful, very strong healing energy coming from above today. That's the energy of the day. And as if that wasn't enough, the blessing, today's blessing, what the universe will give you freely if you ask for it. This is the thing that's going to be the most in excess energy today. And Yura's strength. That's emotional strength, that's physical strength, it's strength in general. It represents the ox. It actually represents something like an ox, but it was a creature that basically looked almost like a buffalo ox that was indigenous to Europe. And it was a test of manhood to try to kill one of these things because they were so freaking huge that it was almost always going to lead in some type of injury if you went after one of these things. They weren't just like regular cows or something. They were very violent and strong things. That's sort of what it represents, is that enduring strength. That's the blessing today. This is the thing that is the most in abundance, and if you ask for strength, it will come to you. And I do like to send out a little bit of a blessing of energy. And since there's already so much healing, and since there is already so much strength out there today, all over the place, okay, I'm thinking this is probably a good one. We have Volcano, the birth rune, new beginnings. Now, at this point, I'm basically just going to focus some energy at you guys that's going to basically try to remove blockages around you so that you can find and have a new beginning, so the universe can guide you in the right direction. If you do not want to accept this energy, now would be the time to jump off. And there's my consent. I offer you the energy of renewal, of birth, of new beginnings. I offer you the energy to remove blockages, to blow holes through the walls that have held you in place and held you back, to let the chains drop away from you so that you may step out of them into a new beginning, a new phase of self-creation. Okay. I hope everybody has a fantastic day. I'm going to go so that I can chop this all up and share it again. Have a fantastic day. I hope to see you all again tomorrow. I will probably be live at some point today. I have to check my messages and see if anybody wanted a reading today. If you would like to schedule a reading, they are $20 for a private reading. It's 3 questions or 30 minutes, whichever happens first. And that is through PayPal and Cash App. And you can schedule the appointments, either direct message me on here, or I would prefer Facebook, Readings by Jesse. I think I might have a link in my bio. I'm not sure. I think it might have been a broken link that I couldn't get to work. I never really got around to it. But Readings by Jesse, it's the same profile picture on there as it is on here. So look for that face, and you should have no problems. But have a fantastic day. Bye. Come on.